If you're watching this video, you are probably on my YouTube channel. Maybe you're a subscriber, maybe you're not. But for you guys who subscribe to my channel and listen to me and watch me, I am over in Thailand right now. Some of you guys know I'm in Thailand. I've been in Thailand almost 62 days now. I'm trying to do something a little bit different, getting out of the HVAC field and do more HVAC consulting. Now I want to share something with you real quick. Everything that I've done since I've been here has all been online. The hotels I've looked for, the restaurants I've gone to, all the different places, all the new things that I've experienced, because I'm a new guy in a new city. Even though I've been here before, I'm in a whole different environment. Some of the things, 90% of the things that I'm looking for, I'm finding online. And that should tell you something. If you have a service-based business, if you have an HVAC company, an electrical company, a plumbing company, people got to find you online. I say that over and over again, that the reason why I was able to rank #1 in my city, on Google, if you Google AC repair near me in my city, Cool G's there, come up #1 every time, has been for years. That's because I put a lot of information online. And that's how my customers find me. I have a huge digital footprint. Sorry, Cop. He's looking like that. I have a huge digital footprint online. Huge digital footprint. So people can literally find me online. Everywhere. So when you rank #1 on Google, people find you online, that's gonna get you the customers. I had done a few calls with you guys last month, this week, and most guys have the same complaint. You know, they need more customers. You need more customers. I needed more customers at one point too. There was a point in time where I needed customers. I've been in the game 15 years. When you first start out, you know, you make enough money maybe to in the summer times to kind of get through, to get by. But in all, you need more customers. And how do you get customers? You got to show yourself online. Now, I've seen some of y'all websites. Some of you guys got websites, which is cool. You got a website, but when I go to the website, I don't know who on it. I can't even tell if it's a real business or a fake business. I'm gonna tell you a personal story real quick. I had to hire an attorney in Florida to take care of some personal business. So I was able to find my attorney online. Now, I don't live in South Florida, and I didn't even go to Florida, so I was looking for an attorney in South Florida, so I had to find somebody. I looked online, and with the information I had online, that's how she was able to get my money. Now, granted, I feel like I've been fucked over by this attorney. Her marketing was so good. Her marketing was so good to where her service was bad. So she gave me horrible service. I can't say horrible service. I didn't get the best service. I didn't get the best service because she's new. She hasn't even been an attorney for over a year. Now just imagine, this lady haven't been an attorney for a year, but she has really good marketing, able to get my thousands of dollars. But there's attorneys that's probably been in the game 20, 30, 40, 50 years, old school heads that I would rather have used, but you really can't find those guys online like that. And I didn't even ask the question, how long you been an attorney, because the marketing was so well, the sales pitch was so good. So that gives you a hint that your marketing got to be good, your sales pitch got to be good. You could be in business a couple of days or less than a year, but have your online presence so jam tight that people got to call you. They can't help but call you because you're everywhere on the internet. That's what I was able to do, you know. I was able to get myself everywhere on the internet. So if you're anywhere in my city and you Google AC repair, guess who's gonna come up? And I didn't hire anybody to do it for me, because these companies that you hire, they're gonna charge you all this money just to, you know, not do much. They don't really care about you like that. They don't know the AC business. They don't really know the area. So they sell you a dream, but they don't really deliver. That's been the experience that I've heard other people say, #1. #2 is, some of the times that you guys hire somebody to do your websites, but you have no access to your website, so you can't even make any changes to it. That ain't good. If you got a website where you don't have access to making changes to your website, that's why you don't have the customers. That's why you can't rank. because your website don't have your personal intel or your personal stuff on it. Now, I'm doing what I want to do right now in terms of what I want to do. I want to be able to walk everywhere I go or take a taxi wherever I go, relax, go to the gym, eat good food, work on the computer, and do the stuff I want to do. Some of you guys want to go do some AC work. At this point, I don't want to do no AC jobs. That's why I'm here working for you. I got one gentleman, we had a conversation, and he was asking me, how much does it charge? How much do I charge to get, how much do I charge for me to do what I do? I said, listen, man. Well, I didn't say it like that. I'll tell you what I said, what I was thinking. When I was on the top of Google, I used to always tell myself, if these people who charge me $10,000 a month to be on top of Google, of course that sounds like a high number, but if they was charging me, let's just say they would have charged me 10 grand to put me on top of Google. Let's say that was the actual bill. $10,000 will get you number one on Google. That's worth it. That's well worth it. I've made way more than 10 grand in less than a month because that Google presence is number one. And when somebody looks for your business, they're not going to scroll down to the bottom of the page. They're not going to, look for the worst HVAC tech. They're going to look for the best HVAC tech. And the ones who's the best probably got the most reviews. Right now, let me cross the street, focus on the road. Right now, I'm sitting over 500 reviews. So 500 people, 500 customers done told each other, okay, Cool G is pretty decent because he got over 500 reviews. We're gonna call this dude right here and have him come fix our AC or our heat or whatever. We're gonna call this guy because he's number one on Google and he got over 500 reviews. So that really speaks for itself. So there's no need to go to the second or third or fourth person. There's no need for that. So I say all that to say this, that your business got to show online. It got to show up. If you don't show up, if you can't get the call, you won't get the call. And if someone would charge you $10,000 to be on the number one page of Google, that's like being on the number one page of Time magazine or the number one page of your, I don't know, but I would rather be number one on Google than on Time magazine. Because customers is what you need. Customers got money in their hand and they can't get in contact with you because they can't find you. So here's a challenge. If you're in business, go on your Google apps right now, your Google Maps or your Google application, and whatever field that you're in, if you're in the HVAC, just type in HVAC repair near me and see where you rank. If you're ranking at the bottom or you're ranking toward the bottom, I understand your complaint. You're not getting the calls in. Who's gonna call the guy at the bottom? But if you're ranking right at the top 1, 2, or 3, you in the game. I know you in the game. And congratulations to you who ranking number 1, 2, or 3. But if you was ranking 1, 2, or 3, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. If you're not ranking 1, 2, or 3, y'all need to book an appointment, a free strategy call, and these is only for the guys that's in business. If you don't have your business, then you're not ready for this type of stuff right now. But if you got a one-man show, or if you got a small business, HVAC, repair, any type of service-based business, if you're not ranking number 1 on your Google, then I know you feel it in your pockets. So if I would have charged 10 grand, to put you or to help you get to number 1 on Google, it's worth it. It's well worth it. If Google would have told me, hey, we charge you $10,000, buddy, you want to be number 1? 10 grand. Pay it. For the ones who got some sense in your head and not scared to invest in yourself, pay it. But some of you guys got, full-time jobs and you do HVAC on the side, and you got your 401k and you got your paycheck coming every week or every other week. You do HVAC whenever you can. So when I went to a customer's house, they would ask me, is this your business? Yeah, this is my business and this is all I do. I don't do this on the side. I do this literally full time. This is what I do, and this is all I do. This is how I get my money through HVAC. I don't do it on the side. I take it serious. I take this business serious, and I took it serious. In my downtime, what I did was I learned how to work the websites. I learned how to work Google. I learned that social media thing on the slow season. In my brain, I don't call it a slow season. In my brain, I just call it I'm always on. I used to have a job back in the day, and this lady was leaving the job, and she said, "Oh, I'm off. I ain't gonna do nothing for the rest of the week." I'm like, man, that's the wrong mindset. When you leave work, that's when you're on. You know, you don't. There's no off in life. I don't think there's no off. Even if you're not working, when you're an entrepreneur, even when you're not working, you're working. You could be literally taking a shit on the toilet and thinking about business, or thinking about how can I get to my next customer. Because when you don't have any customers coming in, technically you don't have no job. If you're a one-man show and you have no calls scheduled, you have no income coming in. I understand that already. But when you got customers after customer lined up, the most customers I've ever had in one day was 14 service calls in one day. I'm not even gonna tell you how much I made at the end of the day. It was decent. The least I made, sometimes you may have a goose egg, nothing. There's no calls for the day. I've been there too. There's no calls for the day, and you know how much you make when you get no calls. You make nothing. But let's just imagine you at #1 spot on Google, and you get 14 service calls a day. Let's make the math easy. Let's just say 10. Let's say 10 service calls because you're on the top of Google. And let's say you do nothing other than show up and collect the service fee. My service fee right now is $85. So if I do 10 service calls, just service fees, that's $850 just in service fees for one day. That's not even doing no work. Let's just say half those jobs were capacitors. Capacitors is the least thing that you can do at somebody's house. Let's just say the average fee is $200 for a capacitor. So out of those 10 service calls, 5 got capacitors. 2 times 5 is 1,000. The other 1,000, if we could take 850. So that's 1,000 plus 850, half of 850. So it's like 1,425 literally in one day doing 5 capacitors and the other few just in service calls. If you and I'm just using that as an example, contactors, but blower motors, contactors, compressors, whole units, whole systems. I don't have to keep telling you guys. I'm not even trying to convince you guys to work with me. I'm definitely not trying to convince you. Some people don't want to work with me. Some people don't want to do HVAC work. I know it's hard. I get it. But if you're on the top of Google, if you're #1 on Google, man, I'm telling you right now, 1, 2, or 3 on Google, you're going to get so many customers, so many phone calls that you can't even handle them all. Okay? If you have to ask how much does it cost, G? How much does it cost? That's the wrong question. I just told you if it was 10 grand, if somebody said to me, G, I'll give you 10 grand to put you on top of Google, if I don't have the money, I don't have the money, but I would have to somehow come up with the money. I wish I would have been on top of Google a long time ago. I would have had the money sooner. But for the first 5 or 6 years, I struggled. I really struggled. I struggled in business. In the summer times, you make enough to where you can live, but in the winter times, slow seasons, you struggle. There's no money there. It took me years to get to this point, literally years. So if you're not ranking, don't waste all this time being where customers can't find you. Don't waste time. Don't let money hold you back. Okay? Don't let the money hold you back. Whatever the cost is, if it was 10,000, pay the 10,000 to get on top of Google. It's faster. Now you can do it on your own. You can definitely do it on your own. One of my guys called me up. A lot of you guys call my phone. And one guy called me up. He said, G, I'll work on that. I knew he was bullshitting. He ain't gonna work on it. I saw him 3 years ago. He told me the same thing. Now, 3 years has passed by. Let's just say he was on Google. He's still struggling with the finances right now. I don't know his personal finances, but he has the same complaint. Need more customers. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. There's not enough word of mouth out here to get customers. And I love new customers. That's one thing I really love is new customers. When a person can get when a new customer calls my phone, that means that they don't went on Google, they don't research the hell out my shit, they don't went to my website, they don't went to my videos, they don't see all this stuff about me, they see my face, they see my videos, they hear my voice, they do all this stuff. They call my phone. They're like, yo, bring me the money. Bring them to work. Bring the work. I need you right now. Come through right now. And I go. So my new customers, I tend to deal with them first. My existing customers, I still deal with them, but they're not as a priority as my new customers, unless if I'm in the area. And the good thing about Google, about me doing the Google thing that I am, I don't like to drive. One of the reasons why I like being in Thailand, because I'm not even driving in Thailand, I'm walking everywhere. When I'm in Atlanta, I don't take the highway. People who know me know I don't drive the highway at all. So all my service calls literally are in the same area. And sometimes I have 5 or 6 calls in the same neighborhood. Some of you guys go northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. You're driving all over the place. You may spend 3 hours in commuting throughout the day. I may have a 3-minute commute from one house to the next. I can literally walk to some of those. I had an appointment one time, a couple of appointments, and literally it was on the same block. 2 houses was literally on the same block. I could have walked to the house. And that happened way more than once. So Google is amazing in that, to where you can target where you want to be. I don't want to work in Marietta, Roswell, Atlanta, Stockbridge. I can't work all those places. Too much driving, too much traffic. My concentration is Jonesboro. All right, that's where I'm at. I'm not there now, but that's what I do, Jonesboro. And that does help. It cuts down on your commute. You get to the house quicker. You can make more money in a day, okay? If you're a one-man show, if you have your own business, if you're struggling to get customers, if you're doing this work, if you can do it part-time, but I wanted to deal with guys who's doing it full-time, because part-time guys, you're not all in. If you part-time, HVAC, that's fine, but you're not all in. I was all in, and the guys who I'm dealing with, they're literally all in, okay? There's no, I got a check coming Friday from a job. There's none of that. This is our check. HVAC is our check, okay? So if you all in and you want to book a strategy call, hit me up. We could do a strategy call. We can talk about where you're at versus where you want to go. And if I can help you, I can. If I can't, then I can't. No big deal. But I want to say thank you guys, the ones that's called and reached out and gave me the kudos. You guys has been a huge influence, a huge help. I thank you guys. I love you guys. I want to first say that I respect you guys. I want to say that too. I respect you guys. And for the ones that's serious about this game, I respect you. So that's it, man. Number one on Google, get new customers, market yourself, brand yourself. I'm about to go inside this gym. I'm able to live my life a little bit different now. I'm walking, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating better food. Life is just a vibe out here, and I want to stay here as long as I possibly can. My visa is up in 29 more days, so I got to either leave the country, or I have to leave the country within 29 days. And I just want to see how many guys I can help to get to number one on Google. It does take time to get to number one on Google. It does take time, but it's definitely worth it. All right, till next time, I'm out. Peace.